Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to a chilling emergency alert. Shut your curtains. Do not look outside. No explanation, just a warning. Think it's a prank, but then the messages get worse. Do not open your doors for anyone. And when you hear footsteps circling your house, a voice outside pleading to be let in, you realize this is no ordinary night. Something unnatural is lurking in the darkness, mimicking the voices of people you trust. Would you follow the warning or risk looking outside? It was 2:14 in the morning when my phone jolted me awake with a deafening alert. Groggy and disoriented, I fumbled for the device, expecting a weather warning, maybe a tornado or flash flood. But what I saw on the screen sent a chill down my spine. Emergency alert. Shut your curtains now. Do not look outside until further notice. I blinked, my mind struggling to process the message. Was this a joke? A hacking prank? But no, the alert looked official, the same format used for Amber Alerts. Something about it felt wrong. I live in a small rental house on the edge of town, right near an expanse of dense forest. I've always preferred to keep my curtains open at night, especially when the moon is full. But the urgent tone of the alert gnawed at me, and before I could talk myself out of it, I got up and yanked the curtains shut. My hands trembled slightly as I did. Then another notification buzzed on my phone. This time it was a text from my best friend Ray, who lived just a couple of streets over. Ray, dude, did you see that alert? What the hell does it mean? Me. I got it too. Are you okay? She didn't respond right away. I figured she was probably doing the same thing I had, shutting her curtains, maybe even calling her mom, who lived in another state. I considered calling my parents too, but something held me back. I didn't want to wake them up over nothing, if this really was nothing. Then my phone buzzed again. Another emergency alert, this time more unsettling than the first. Update. Maintain complete darkness in your home. Do not open your doors for anyone. My stomach clenched. This wasn't a prank. This wasn't a mistake. The authorities were serious. I turned off my bedroom lamp and tried to steady my breathing. My house, which had always felt safe, now felt like a cage. Ray texted me again. Ray, lights off, doors locked. Should we call each other? I didn't hesitate. Within seconds, my phone was ringing. Did you hear anything outside? She whispered, as if someone might overhear. Sirens. Helicopters. No, I murmured. It's too quiet. Ray sucked in a shaky breath. I called my cousin. He works for emergency services. He didn't pick up. I don't like this. What if it's some kind of chemical spill? Or a manhunt? Or something worse, I thought, but didn't say. Minutes crawled by, each second stretching endlessly. Then, a sound. Footsteps. Right outside my house. My blood ran cold. I barely breathed as I tiptoed toward the living room. My curtains were shut, but I could see faint moonlight seeping through the edges. Footsteps were deliberate, circling my house as if searching for something. Then, a voice, low and raspy, muffled through the glass. Hey, I got stuck outside. Let me in. Every instinct in me screamed no. I had no idea why. But that voice, it wasn't right. It sounded forced, unnatural, like someone mimicking speech rather than speaking. My tongue felt numb, my body frozen. They whispered frantically in my ear. What's happening? Who is it? I swallowed hard. There's someone outside. A shadow loomed against the window. Then 2 knocks. Slow, deliberate. Each one sent vibrations through my bones. Please, the voice insisted. I need help. I didn't move, didn't answer. The door handle rattled. Ray let out a choke sound over the phone, but stayed silent. Then, the footsteps retreated, circling once more. Then, nothing. I let out a breath I hadn't realized I was holding. They're gone, I think. Ray was shaking. That voice, it didn't sound real. I nodded, even though she couldn't see me. We stayed on the phone all night, afraid to sleep. Morning finally came, but relief never did. Another alert buzzed. Update. Remain indoors. Keep curtains shut. Further instructions will be sent by noon. I peeked through a sliver in my curtains. The street was eerily normal, empty, but normal. No police, no signs of chaos. I wondered, had anyone in town opened their door last night? Ray and I forced down stale cereal for breakfast, debating whether to check on my parents. But the alert was clear. Stay inside. Neither of us dared to disobey. Then, at 10 a.m., the local radio station interrupted its usual programming. DJ's voice was shaky as he read an official bulletin. Fairwood County residents, do not leave your homes under any circumstances. Cover all windows. Avoid direct sight lines. If you witness anything unusual, particularly individuals behaving strangely, do not engage. Law enforcement is investigating reports of masked individuals who may pose a threat. Masked individuals? My stomach dropped. I thought about the thing outside my window, the voice that had begged to come in. Was it wearing a mask? Or was that just its face? Something strange happened. The sky outside dimmed all at once, like a thunderstorm was rolling in. The weather report hadn't mentioned anything about storms, but the clouds above churned in eerie, swirling patterns. A sickly greenish hue settled over everything. And then, without warning, the rain came. It hammered against my windows in thick, unrelenting sheets. Sound filled the air, drumming on the roof, growing heavier by the second. Ray's voice crackled through the phone. Is it raining over there too? Yeah, I said, my stomach twisting. Out of nowhere, a sudden crack of lightning split the sky, so loud that I nearly dropped my phone. Thunder followed immediately after, rattling the walls. Through a tiny gap in my curtains, I could see water flooding the street. Then, just as the storm reached its peak, I heard it. Footsteps on my porch. Someone was outside, splashing through the rain. They must have heard my sharp intake of breath. What's wrong? There's someone on my porch, I whispered, crouching behind the couch. A voice rang out, deep and authoritative. I'm from the sheriff's department. Open up. I need to speak with you. My body stiffened. The authorities might be going door to door, but the warnings had been clear. Do not open the door for anyone. And something about the voice. It was too flat, too forced, like someone playing a recording without understanding the words. Slide your badge under the door, I called out, heart hammering. Silence. If you're really with the sheriff's department, show me some ID, I pressed, my voice trembling. No response, just the faint sound of the doorknob jiggling. Then I heard it. Another voice, lower, almost whispering. They won't open. They're inside. Who was this person talking to? Were there more of them? Footsteps finally retreated, fading into the downpour. My hands were shaking so badly I thought I'd drop my phone. I checked the time. 10:03 p.m. How much longer could I survive this? Storm raged for hours. Then, as the rain began to lighten, a new alert came through. Brace for nightfall. Do not open your curtains under any circumstances. No further explanations, only more warnings. Around 9 p.m., Ray gasped through the phone. I see headlights. I froze. Where? Outside my house. Someone stopped. Through the line, I heard a car engine idling, then shutting off. Footsteps on pavement. A knock. Hey, a voice called. It's Officer Byrne. I'm here to escort you somewhere safe. My stomach twisted. Officer Byrne was a real person, someone Ray knew, but the warnings had been clear. No exceptions. Ask for the code, I whispered. Ray and Officer Byrne had a childhood code word, a joke only they knew. She hesitated, then asked. The voice outside paused. Then it answered, but it was wrong. Ray's breath hitched. That's not him. The figure stood outside a moment longer, then walked away. We never saw it again. Midnight, a new development. Flashing red and blue lights filled the street. Through the smallest gap in my curtain, I saw them. Figures in dark uniforms, carrying strange devices that beeped erratically. They weren't local police. Their patches bore unfamiliar symbols. They moved with precision, placing glowing cylinders on lawns. One of them stopped near my house, scanning the area. Suddenly, a shape in the shadows moved. The nearest officer raised a device, and with a blinding flash, the shape crumbled. 2 officers dragged it into an armored van. I shut my curtains tight and didn't look again. By morning, it was all gone. No armored vehicles, no strange devices, no footprints. My phone had died, and when I charged it, nothing. No alerts, no records, nothing on the news. It was as if none of it had happened. Ray and I checked online, but anyone who mentioned the emergency had their post deleted. The town moved on, pretending the night never happened, but I knew the truth. Something was out there, something that could pretend to be us. And the next time an alert comes, warning you to stay inside, do not question it. Just obey, because if you look outside, if you let them in, there may be no coming back. If you received a sudden emergency alert like this in the middle of the night, would you listen to it without question? Or would your curiosity get the best of you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love spine-chilling horror stories, hit that like button and subscribe to Creepy Hive for more terrifying tales.